Well, this is a squatter camp just before Johannesburg, where we're going for the conference. And you know, it's a typical squatter camp. You find that suddenly it's just popped up overnight, maybe 2 or 3, 4 homes, and then all of a sudden we find ourselves in a situation where it goes from 2 or 3 or 4 homes to 20 homes to 80 homes, and probably in a year you would see this place, probably next year, double in size. Typically you find that the dwellings are made of corrugated iron and so on, although this one here is a bit more palatial than what we're used to, because they've got bigger plots and so on. And of course, one of the strategies that we try to do when we come into a squatter camp is not only distribute the Challenge newspaper, but is also to be able to do something like Feed a Village project, where we can provide seed. And with good soil around here, and this sort of place here, they can grow really good crops of sweet corn, tomatoes, potatoes, things like that, which allow them to feed themselves as a family and then also have food to pass on.
It's just amazing. It always makes me think of how much we have in America and how little they have here. I'm very appreciative for where I live, but my heart breaks for the people here in South Africa. And I've come to just love the South Africans and their desire to know more, even in the newspaper, whatever they read. They're so hungry for any word, especially hope and good news.
Okay, now this is what's in the background here is one of those crazy anomalies that you see in a squatter camp, because what you find is people come from the Transkei and the farming areas, and they come into the rural area, into the city areas to work, to gain an income. Now some of them live here, no electricity, no water, none of those normal bills that you and I have. So what you find is here is a DSTV disc coming out of this little squatter camp, and they've got cable TV, and you think, how is that possible? But it is, and they probably, in some cases in squatter camps, do a connection to the overhead wire to get electricity, and the rest is, as you know, I don't have to tell you, but these are the sorts of things that happen in a place like this. There are all sorts of problems. For instance, we just heard, as we had our guide Max tell us, that there's a resident witch doctor just across the road here. And of course, when we come to talk about Jesus, what happens is they say, yeah, we know Jesus, but we also go to the witch doctor, and we also worship our ancestral spirits and a number of other things. So syncretism is a big problem. So when we come and share the gospel, we're very careful when we do testimonies in the paper to really spell out what does it mean to know Jesus and so on. But also the other problem you have here is the re-emergence of things like tuberculosis, and that's come because of AIDS. Max has just been sharing with us again that one child we just saw was very ill, and I said, what do you think's wrong, Max? And he said, well, the problem is we think the child has got AIDS. Of course they don't have money, they can't get any of these antiretroviral drugs, and then the problem just gets more complex from there. You know, we can come into a campsite like we've just done as a Hope Baptist mission team, come and share lovingly, graciously with these people, let them know that they are loved, let them know that they are special, and it's amazing how they open up. And we really just praise the Lord just for the opportunity we've had today with the kids off from school, and to see the smiling faces and be able to give them something to do, because one of the great problems you have here is idleness. Many of the people here you see don't have a job, and so they eke out a living as best as they can. So coming to Africa, fulfilling a vision like this, a ministry that Hope Baptist Church is doing, makes a huge difference here in a place like this, or in a place in Johannesburg. So we just want to praise the Lord that we have this opportunity to work together and really see God do something way beyond what we could think or imagine.